So I posted on Instagram that if I hit 1,000 subscribers on here, I'll do an update video on the car and give you a full breakdown of everything that I've done since the last time you've seen it on the channel. And I want to break it down in a few different sections. I'm going to cover all my exterior mods, my wheel, tyre, brake setup that I've got running, interior mods and the power mods, because the car has now been stage 2 tuned and it is an absolute animal. So let me hop into the interior and I will show you what I've done on the inside. So, interior mods and what I've done. So you'll see it looks a lot different than the video that I posted about a year ago. I did say I wanted to get bucket seats. First port of call was a set of Cobra Nagaros. So I've picked these up directly from Cobra. Got a fire extinguisher installed in case we combust, which hopefully we won't do. But you know, better to be safe than sorry. I have a shifter extender, which is from 0.1 Technologies. You just take off the existing shifter knob and this literally just screws on. Really budget friendly option and it's awesome. I also have a Forge short shifter kit installed. So the throw is, as you can see, is extremely short, which is awesome. Probably my favorite mod in here is my steering wheel. So this is from JQ Works. The interesting thing about this is you'll see all the dials. These are all still retain OEM functionality, so cruise control, volume control, everything like that. You don't lose any buttons that you had on the stock steering wheel on this. And the awesome thing is, it is also on a quick release hub. So I can just go like that and take the steering wheel off, which is absolutely awesome. This feels phenomenal, like the feedback that you get through this wheel. It's a Sparkle wheel, Alcantara, which is a bit worse for wear right now, I'm not gonna lie. In terms of drivability, you just feel so much more in tune with the car when you've got this on. I have also removed the rear seats. So I've got a rear seat delete kit from SW Motorsports that's in the back, and I have a harness bar. The next step that I want for the interior, of course, is harnesses, because I've just got the normal seat belt and I've got a metal steering wheel. So if I want to keep my teeth intact, then I need to get a set of harnesses. You'll have seen that the previous owner upgraded to the LCI facelift dash, which is probably one of the favourite things about the interior as well. Just modernises the full interior. I've also fitted an Apple CarPlay box to the inside of the car, which is just a nice quality of life improvement. I used to have a loofah gauge that was here. You'll see that there's all sorts of tape residue, so ignore that for the time being. I have since installed the CANchecked gauge, which is absolutely awesome. It goes straight into the OEM air vent mount, so it's mounted straight in here. It's got full touchscreen functionality, so you can get access to a whole host of different sensors, customize it to what you want. Things like water temp, oil temp, speedo. I think it can measure things like 0 to 60 times and stuff like that as well. And it just looks really OEM plus. I think that's pretty much everything that I've done for the inside. So it's obviously completely different than when it was a year ago, and I'm really happy with, you know, how the interior's looking. So now let me jump back out and I'll talk you through all the exterior mods that I've done on this car since the last video. So exterior mods, not a massive amount has changed since the last time. I'll just run through everything that I've done anyway, just so I can bring you up to speed. If you haven't seen the previous video, I'd recommend you go watch that as well. So exterior wise, it was originally a horrible, it looks like milk colour. The factory Mini colour. I'll put a picture up on screen of what it looked like before. Didn't like it. So I collaborated with Vinyl Frog. They provided their colour, Gainsborough Grey, which is very similar to Porsche Grey. So the car's been fully wrapped. It's then also been fully PPF'd with the guys at Legend PPF. It really looks like a paintwork finish that's on this. So I really like the colour. Has been on for a year. So now I'm thinking I kinda want to switch it up. I've seen a lot of these cool satin silver, maybe satin grey or satin black, or a wild colour. If you have any thoughts on maybe what I should go colour wise with it, then drop them in the comments. But yeah, I think it might be time for a change on the colour. Under exterior mods, so I've put a GP grille on the front, which I think looks really aggressive compared to the standard Cooper S grille. I've also put this absolutely awesome AIRTEC wing on the back, which I'm absolutely in love with. It's probably one of the favourite exterior mods now that I've put on the car. Other than that, it's got TRC side skirts, TRC rear spats, and a maxed in design front lip, because unfortunately, rest in peace my old splitter, that TRC one blew into about 1,000 bits, and I couldn't find a replacement, a TRC replacement for it, so I had to go maxed in design. Don't shoot me, that's just what happened. So that pretty much sums up most of the exterior mods that I've done. Let's get into the juicy part. Let's talk power. The car was completely stock when I got it. One thing I did say when I drove it initially, it did feel underpowered, so I did, as with any car that I do, I try and push as much as I can out it. I took it down to the guys at AIRTEC, because I know they're pretty much renowned for tuning minis. Got them to map the car, and what a job they've done on it. The supporting mods that I've got, so it's all Forge. I've got a Forge intercooler, Forge intake, which the turbo flutter on this sounds phenomenal. Forge hard intake pipes, or I believe that's what they're called. Somebody can correct me in the comments if I am wrong. And then a stage 2 map. Power wise, it ran 300 horsepower, and from memory, I think it was 430 Newton meters of torque. I've got the dyno print out, so if I'm incorrect, I'll jump in here and correct the figures. If not, I am right, and my memory is class. So yeah, the thing absolutely pulls like a train. Like, the power of this car now is just completely different from what it was from factory, and it is amazing. The only downside though is my clutch has started slipping. It can be fairly common to get that. So as you know, if something breaks, then you just upgrade it. So really what I want to get is an upgraded clutch, and there's a nice Civic Type R that just went past. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, I need to upgrade the clutch, and of course once the clutch is out, I'd be as well putting a diff in it. What I want to do is put in an uprated clutch. He just went by again, that sounds nice. I really want to put in an uprated clutch and a WaveTrack LSD. I also have an Ultra Racing strut bar up at the top here, just to help firm everything up. Thoroughly recommend anyone who wants to tune their Mini, check out the guys at AIRTEC. I'm not sponsored in any way, but they are geniuses when it comes to tuning this platform. So now let's talk about wheels, tyre, brake, suspension setup. So as you'll see, these are not stock brakes. These are EBC 6-piston calipers with big massive dinner plate discs, and the stopping power on these is honestly absolutely phenomenal. Similar size brakes to what are on my C63 AMG. It was a bit of a nightmare trying to get wheels that cleared the brakes. There is literally a ball here of clearance between my alloy and the caliper. Wheel setup, so these are two Forge ZF8s, I believe. 18-inch, the fronts are ET30 or ET35, I can't remember, but I know that we had to get a pretty wide fitment to clear these brakes. Also, what we had to do is I had to take it to my body shop, shout out BM Auto Design, but basically what they had to do is they had to shave about 15mm off the inner metal arch because it was catching. It still catches the inside of the plastic, but that just flexes out, thankfully. So it was a bit of a nightmare, but it's worth it because the fitment, the stance on this thing looks amazing. Done a stud to nut conversion as well. It's running blue stuff pads on the front and yellow stuff pads on the rear. Reason for that is that I've chewed through the pads at the front pretty quickly and decided to test out the blue stuff on the front, which are decent. The only thing is a lot of brake dust. Suspension, it is the JCW suspension that's on this. What I maybe want to do is maybe upgrade to something like BC Racing with adjustable top mounts, and I want to try and camber these front wheels in a bit just to give me a bit more clearance, particularly if I do take it on track with, you know, some of the dips it might end up catching. I could probably lose one of these arches, which if you're a Mini owner, if you haven't lost one of these, then what are you doing? So yeah, that is a full breakdown of what I've done to the Mini since the last time I uploaded to the channel. What's next for it? So like I mentioned, will need a new clutch because it is close to going kaboom, which we don't want. So I want to upgrade that, and I want to put a WaveTrack diff in it. What I have also seen as well is I've seen people putting the LCI facelift front bumper on these, so I really want to do that, and I'll do a video on that. I've also got a JCW rear bumper because I have just got the stock Cooper S bumper on at the moment, which I don't like, so I want to change that out. And of course, if I'm swapping panels, putting different panels on, it makes sense to probably wrap the car again. Another colour maybe in the works. What are your thoughts on what I've done? I absolutely love it. It goes like the clappers, sounds amazing, looks amazing, but I think we could get it looking even better. So if you want to follow along for the journey, please hit like button, hit subscribe. I've got a goal. I want to try and post more consistently on here. Ideally, I want to try and get to 10,000 followers. Pipe dream, but you know, you need to believe to achieve. So if you want to come along with the journey with the Mini, what I'm going to do with it, follow along, and I will see you in the next one. And it won't be a year gap this time, I promise. Bye.